Hello, my struggling Christians. I'm your host. I'm Tammy. Sorry for the look. I just got out of the shower a little while ago. So this has to do with the immediate family and what's going on and how Satan he's good. No matter if you're a saved Christian, no matter if you walk that walk, I mean really tight. Just because you do that does not mean that you're not going to be influenced by Satan, because this is about my daughter, her husband, and their child. They are godly people. They go to church. They have nothing but really good intentions, but they are tempted by the flesh. We're not protected from that, because if we were protected from it, then why is God telling us to stay? Why did Jesus say, "Stay in my word"? Why is there a armor of God? Why do you use the word as the sword to get rid of Satan, to fight against him? Why do you have the shield to block the fiery darts that are going to come at you from Satan? So this is what this is. This is what it is. So let me be clear. I'm done. I'm not brokenhearted. I'm not confused. I'm not sitting here wondering what I did wrong, because I didn't do anything wrong. I said it for what is right. My grandson had a temper tantrum and doubled up his fist and hit her. And he looked at me like, "Uh-oh, I shouldn't have done that." I didn't say anything. I was waiting for my daughter. And she just looked at him and said, "Son, what do you want?" What? So what I said was, "No, sir, you will not hit mama. Do we understand?" Somehow I became the villain. That I should have never said anything that I what's that? There's that word. I'm really bad. I'm having a really rough week this week. Um, it's like a countermeasure. That she says something. It's almost like, if she tells her no, that tells her son he can't have a piece of candy, and then I give him a piece of candy anyway. So that's. I'm sure you all know what word I'm trying to say. But I was told I overstepped, I disrespected her, and that I need deliverance. So let's talk about deliverance and who really needs it. A couple days before my daughter's due date, she went into labor because she was so stressed out by her mother in law and father in law. They literally verbally attacked her, were condemning her, all the boohoos, and it's a very dysfunctional family, a lot of manipulation. But I'm not the one that caused her to go into labor. I'm also not the one that dropped him on his face when he was 6 months old, because she was so pilled up. I'm not the one letting a drugged out woman babysit while Papa's going, "Come on, let's go." He's an enabler, a former FBI agent and a city cop, and he's an enabler. I'm not going to sit by silently watching and pretending that it's fine. It's your father-in-law that's enabling, not leadership. Here's the kicker: if you watch some of my videos, it's going on 23. See, this is 5, 4. It's going on 23 years of being off the dope. And I find it ironic that we discuss this, that she wants to basically terminate my visitations with my grandson. But yeah, you take him over there to a grandma that is pilled up out of her head, and she sits there and she's like a zombie. But that's okay. But I guarantee you that if I was back on the dope, she would immediately take him away from me. No visitation, nothing. Done, done, done. And rightfully so. She should. But it's okay, because it's his side of the family. You're bending over backwards to protect the comfort of one child, and you're about to have another. She's due in a couple weeks. She followed him in the nursery. Newborn, and then 1 year, and then 2 year, and now they're in the 3-4 group. She's followed him. He still sleeps in the same bed with them. He controls everything in this. He runs the household emotionally, and I see exactly where it's heading. I feel so sorry for this baby, and I pray it's not true, but I believe that there's definitely going to be favoritism in this house. That my daughter's going to favor her son over this new one, because she can't hardly leave the room without him freaking out. She tries, they'll be laying there in bed, and my daughter's told me this, and they'll be trying to sleep, and Owen is just climbing all over her, and she's like, Owen, please stop. Mommy's tired. It's too hot. And he starts whining, and she lets him do it. What are you going to do when you go to church? Are you going to go take care of the baby now and be in the nursery and let Owen be left with his peer group and watch him have a mental breakdown? Because that's exactly what's going to happen, because he's doing it now. So, then she wants to throw in, my marriage, of why I don't have good relationships. She wants to bring that up as well. You blame me for marrying a narcissist, like that explains why I don't have lasting relationships. Here's the difference. I didn't stay with the dysfunction. I got away from it. I've been separating from him for 2.5 years, praying for him, and standing for my marriage. That's not weakness, that's strength. And that's exactly why I won't go quiet now. Because I've been there, done that, keeping my mouth shut, being married to a narcissist. I gave my time, I gave my love, I gave my support. I babysat for your date nights, I showed up. And now I'm being punished for refusing to be another passive adult in the room. No, thank you. Nah, I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm just done. I won't be bullied for standing up to a future bully. I won't apologize for seeing patterns and calling them what they are. And I won't keep the peace if it means participating in chaos. I'll always love my grandson. I'll always love my granddaughter. But I will not be a part of raising another generation of emotional manipulators. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. That's in the Bible. You can kiss dysfunction. You can kiss dysfunction all day long, but not on my watch. I didn't lose family. And I walked away from the foolishness. And I'm at peace with that. I'm not stressed. I'm not aggravated. I will be there when she needs me. And that's the thing. I raised her to be independent. So when she needs me, when I know for a fact she's gonna, don't know when. But I'm not struggling with this, but I'm sure that there are some of you that are struggling with this, struggling with the family problems, trying to stand strong on God's word regarding, disciplining of a child. Disciplining does not mean abuse. Not at all. Make them sit down. I was in the car with my grandson a couple weeks ago because they needed just some time. Husband and wife. So we got in the car and we were maybe about 5 minutes down the road. He wants to go home. I told him, no, mommy and daddy, they need some time alone so that they can play games or whatever, so they can laugh, so that they can be a better mommy and daddy for you. He wasn't having it. He started crying like he had been beat. I want to go home. No. So I ended up pulling over in a parking lot, and I told him, no, sir, you are not going to get your way with Grandma with these tears. Not at all. Now, you're not hurt. You're not dying. You're not hungry. Because I see you sitting there right now eating chips. Eating your little healthy thingies. So you ain't hungry. I told him, I said, we ain't leaving until you stop crying because you have no reason to cry. None. He actually dried up those tears. Who thought? Who would have thought? And he didn't cry anymore. But yeah, when he cries at the house, my daughter's right there. Oh, it's okay. No. I don't think so. So, the ones that are struggling with this type of situation with the family and the grandchildren, don't stop standing for what is righteous. Because that is what you need. That's what, we all need, is to stand firm on what God says. We are not to anger our children, but you're also supposed to obey your parents. So anyway, have a blessed day. Thank you for following The Struggling Christian. I'm Tammy, wet hair, just got out of the shower. Anyway, God bless y'all. Have a good one.